timer. We will start with start your your and timer starts now. I-check ko na muna. 2 minutes. All right, let's to write down every single thing. So we have an Halloween timer. 15 seconds more. Right. All right. Sorry. So for this time, please share the number. How many things, every single thing you are going to count right now and comment in the chat box. And go! Sino kaya ang maraming mga nasa isip ngayon? So let's check. We have 12, 28. Wow, Ma'am Maria Kathleen, 28, 10, 5, 9, 17. Wow. All right, we have 18. All right. So for this time, ma'am and sir, so all you have to do now, since you jotted down all the numbers or the number that you have in your mind right now. So let's now have here the given. I will just proceed here. Looks like. So great job, everyone. Now take a moment to save those thoughts. Whether you tuck that paper aside or save the notes on your phone, yung mga naisulat po ninyo. But for now, let's set aside those ideas and focus on our session right now. Thank you so much po for your cooperation. So iset muna natin yung mga sinulat ninyo. You go back later. We will revisit those thoughts later. But for now, let's be fully present together. Is it okay? All right, thank you so much for your participation. So yun po ang purpose, no? Para kung mayroon man kayong mga nasa mind ngayon, so set aside muna natin. So focus muna tayo sa ating session. Thank you so much. So for this time, I will share to you the formula for quality instruction. So while I'm here in the US, ito po yung i-check ng principal, ng head, during the classroom observation. All right, this is called the fundamental five, the formula for quality instruction. So first is called framing the lesson. Second, work in the power zone. Third, frequent or small group purposeful talk about the learning. Fourth, recognize and reinforce. And fifth, write critically. So first, framing the lesson. So you are going to prepare the lesson. Of course, you have the objectives, all the parts of the lesson are there. Second, when we say work in the power zone, dapat talaga mga ma'am and sir ay you are going to assess the students. If the student, for example, needs your assistance and she or he has the difficulty in solving the problem, so you are going to roam around And then dapat i-check mo kung ano yung mga sinusolve ng bata or she needs help kasi mag-raise ng hand, mag-need siya ng help. So dapat this is called power zone, right? The third is ginagawa po natin ito dyan. No? Mayroon tayong group activities. It is frequent, small group, purposeful talk about the learning. So dapat mayroon talagang group activities. Ito ang chine-check ng admin dito. And then recognize and reinforce, for example, yung bata, siya yung perfect highest, dapat you have to recognize and reinforce perfect attendance, any like the best things na ginawa ng bata, you have to recognize and reinforce. And the fifth is write critically. So these five fundamental formula for quality instruction, dito po ako nagkuha ng PD model din. So this is based, my PD model is based from the five fundamental, all right, or fundamental five. So these are the comments or feedback from my principal during my formal classroom observation last October 2, this month. Last month, this 1 month ago. Today is November 2. So last month, the first comment is objectives posted and easily identifiable. So dapat mga ma'am and sir is yung objectives po na lesson mo ngayon or if you have the lesson, dapat nakapost po doon sa board or dapat identifiable, makita talaga ng mga bata what are the things or what are the lessons that you are going to take up. The second comment is clear and concise directions given. So dapat klaro. If you have the instructions, dapat clear. Alright? Third, ito po yung pinaka-ano ko talaga, yung bang I'm very happy because I received an advanced classroom management which is evident. So I feel proud and honored kasi dito talaga sa US is, of course, it's a challenging, so especially for the classroom management. But during the observation, it's a formal observation. The feedback says advanced classroom management. So it's very nice. Kasi po, if you have the classroom management, everything follows. No, susunod na po lahat. Kasi pag mag-lesson ka, walang management, so you are like burning out, ma-burn out ka. Ano ba ito? Unsa naman eh? Lahi ra gyud ang karon. You are always complain or having complaining or something comments or naadyo kay maistorya nga lahi gyud karon kaysa sa una. Because one of the problems is that the classroom management. Is it evident? So dapat you are focusing on the classroom management. Then everything follows. Fourth is all students observant and on task. So the principal observed that all of my students are really on task. So dapat each of the students, i-check po natin, each of the students, dapat on task lahat. No, walang yung isa parang nag-ano lang, usap-usap. So dapat mayroon talaga silang ginagawa. And the fifth, all five aspects of the fundamental five observed and implemented. Like it's a star, right? 5 stars. So lahat po ng yung five fundamental, yun po ang pinaka i-observe ng principal. So dapat you are going to show it as best as you can. And then sixth one, thank you for having me, and don't forget to complete your post-observation reflection in Canvas. I'll be chatting you shortly to set up a good time to complete your post-formal observation conference. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them during our conference. So we have the post-conference. And then, of course, we have also a post-observation, the reflection that we are going to encode or type using the Canvas. It's an application here in the New Mexico in which you are going to reflect what are the things being observed by the principal and then ano pong i-reflect mo based on the observation. And ito pong sa right side, as you can see, meron pong nakalagay dyan na innovating. All right? So I am very happy kasi po first year ko pa lang po dito sa US pero I received managing student behavior as perfect, innovating. So yun po ang pinaka the best. So before tayo mag-proceed sa PD model, I just shared to you para po pag mayroon na po tayong classroom management, all are set. So wala na po tayong problema sa pag-instruction, for our instruction. All right? So that's a little background. So separate po yung classroom management na topic. But I shared to you para naman po meron kayong idea. For example, gusto niyo pupunta dito. So you have already the ideas. Or if you are there in the Philippines, I salute you. But you can apply these five or fundamental five for the quality instruction. All right. Now let's proceed to number 2. Again, we have only 4, all right, 4 session guides that I've shown to you a while ago. The overview of the Pede model. So let's now have here, what is Pede model? All right. So Pede model. I am Pede. This, by the way, Pede model, this is anchored for my acronym, but my name is Pede. The acronym is Pede. During my dissertation, so I proposed this one in my PhD in the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, CDO, Cagayan de Oro City, and it was approved. It was in the year 2020. All right, during the COVID, the pandemic time. So wala po kasing ano face to face. So nagawa po ako ng module na isipan ko na gagawa ako ng PD model. So that's it was approved, and of course this PD model was already published in the international journal also. So PD model, this is posing, exploring, doing, evaluating. All right? It's a PEDI model anchored with a fundamental five formula. So yung five formula na ipinakita ko kanina, so yung PEDI model is very effective kasi po naka-anchor po siya sa fundamental five, especially for the classroom management. Mama-manage mo talaga because you have the routine on how to properly introduce the lesson or during your instructions. All right? So when I type the PD model using the chat GPT, I know that you are familiar with the EI chat GPT. Kindly type familiar if you are familiar. Type familiar in the chat box. Go. Familiar. All right, chat GPT. All right, so napaka-participative. Familiar. Very good. All right. So I type, what is posing, exploring, doing, evaluating, or the PD model? Sumagot naman po si ChatGPT. The posing, exploring, doing, evaluating PD model developed by Dr. Pede Casing, PhD, is an instructional approach designed to enhance student engagement and learning in mathematics. All right? So sabi ko naman, wow, na-introduce pala ito ni ChatGPT. Alam na niya yung PD model. All right? So, kasi po publish na po natin ito, so na-detect na po ng system or ng artificial intelligence when you type the posing, exploring, doing, evaluating PD model. And these are the four phases of the PD model. So as what I have said, we have here posing, exploring, doing, and evaluating. So isa-isahin ko po kung ano yung posing, exploring, doing, and evaluating. All right, don't worry because after this second part of my session, because there are four parts or four parts. The second part is I am going to define what is posing, exploring, doing, evaluating, or the overview. The third, I'm going to share to you slides during my classroom instruction or a sample slide for your guide how to use the PD model. All right. So first, we have your posing, right? So for posing activity, ito po yung room ko sa Algebra 2. Alright, this is my room. Right. In this initial phase, a problem or question is presented to students, often involving real-world context or intriguing scenarios that stimulate curiosity. So dapat po yung posing activity, yun bang ma-motivate naman yung mga bata mag-answer. Alright? Alright. This stage can also incorporate a standardized review question related to the topic, helping students connect prior knowledge with new concepts. So kasi po sa ating mga results, for example, in the national assessments, international, we have PISA, National Achievement Test, NATS, especially in the Philippines, meron tayong NAT, DAT, RAT, CAT, I'm just kidding. We have that, Division Achievement Test, we have Regional Achievement Test, at ano pang mga assessment test. Mayroon talagang standardized na dapat nating i-introduce for our students. So, I use the posting activity as the review guide question based on the questions coming from the standardized test. For example, PISA. So, I researched what are the questions related to PISA. Doon ko po ipopost sa posting activity para siyang motivating for the students. But it can also add for the result of the NAT. So for example, or PISA rather. For example, NAT naman, so you are going to use the NAT question sa posting activity. It depends po kung ano po yung incoming na mga assessments na dapat niyong ilagay na question. So yun po ang parang nag-review ka. The purpose also is to increase the academic performance and of course, the performance of the school, the performance of the division, and the region. So that's for standardized question, posing activity. And next po is, yeah, during the posting activity, I use the think, pair, share strategy. So think, pair, share, dito po magagamit yung purposeful talk. We have group activity. So based on the fundamental five, so dito ko po magagamit yung think, pair, share. So I gave the students, or I am giving the students for 2 minutes to think, and then I will give like 15 seconds to talk to the partner, pair, or 20 seconds, or 1 minute. It depends po sa question na ipinopost niyo po. So we have think, pair, and share. During the share is, yun pong lahat po ay I will ask a volunteer to share, and then lahat po ay makinig naman. So that's it. Kasi po yung mga bawat bata, hindi natin alam, we are still calling the students who are participative, but those students who are not answering the questions, yung bang tahimik, this is the time that they can share also their ideas during the pairing time. So lahat po sila ay may time na mag-talk. Kasi naman, pag mag-talk sila na wala na sa topic, yun na po maingay na. But based on the topic, so they are having the participations. All right, so let's now move to the exploring activity. So for exploring naman, here students are encouraged to investigate, explore various methods to approach the posed problem. This phase fosters critical thinking and allows students to experiment with different techniques, tools, or resources. So meron kang exploratory activity. It could be related from your posing activity or in preparation for your next activity or lesson. So dapat ma-explore ng mga bata in this phase, the second phase. Third naman po is ang doing activity. Alright? Alright, meron man. Sorry. Alright, for the, sorry. Wait. All right. All right. For doing activity in this stage, students actively work on solving the problem using the strategies they explored. It's a hands-on phase where students apply mathematical concepts and practice skills in a structured environment, enabling them to build confidence through practice. All right. Dito sa doing activity, dito na po yung hands-on. This is the time that they are going to solve problems or real life problems, apply mathematical concepts, and practice skills, all right, in a structured environment. So this is the doing activity. And the last activity is called the evaluating activity. This is the final stage, focuses on assessment and reflection. The students assess the validity of their solutions and analyze their approach. This step also provides teachers with the opportunity to evaluate students' understanding and provide feedback, enhancing the learning process and solidifying concepts. So dito po natin i-assess ang mga bata if they learn the lesson that you discuss for them. All right? So that's it for our 4 definitions of our Pede model. Take note. What do you mean by Pede model? Can you type in the chat box? What do you mean by Pede? Go! Okay, mag-backread ako mamaya. Sino yung pinaka-participative? I will magbigay kami ng award. Alright? So what do you mean by Pede model? Alright. So we have here. What do you mean by P, E, D, E? Alright. So the link down, nandito po yung link in the chat box. All right, thank you so much for your participation. Posing, exploring, doing, evaluating. We have our first placer. Wow, we have Ma'am Kathleen again. Ma'am Maria, Geraldine Mecca, Janine Indico. Sorry if I'm wrong to pronounce your names, but thank you so much for your participation. We have Early Manulat, Marian Bonsia or Bonti. All right. So thank you so much. That is posing, exploring, doing, and evaluating. So the PD model. All right. Thank you. We have here Hanime Peanut. We have Heather, Marianne, uh, Mary Lou. Wow, very participative. All right. The PD model promotes a dynamic learning environment where students are actively involved in constructing their knowledge, which can lead to improved problem-solving skills, critical thinking, and a deeper understanding of mathematical concepts. So this is a PD model. Thank you so much for your comment in the chat box for the PD model. So let's now move to number 3. All right, we have two more, third and fourth. Don't worry. So engaging with PD model. Paano po natin i-apply ang PD model? Don't worry, I will share to you my slides, sample slides on how um, to discuss or to impart the PD model in our classes. So, for example, you are a high school student, teacher and teaching high school students, of course, you can use PD model. And you know what? When I search also the PD model in the chat GPT, not only mathematics, you can also use PD model in any discipline or areas. You can use PD model in English, in science, in arts, all subjects. All right. So later we can do that. So this is a sample lesson using Pede model. This is what I'm doing during my class. First slide po, dito po nakalagay ang ating objective. Because here in the US, we have the we will and I will objectives. In the Philippines naman, meron tayong 3. Parang meron tayong tinawag na psychomotor, cognitive, affective, right? We have 3 objectives. But here in the New Mexico, we have we will and I will. Dalawa lang po. We will multiply complex numbers. Second, I will write in standard form after multiplying complex numbers. So ito po yung objectives that I am going to post for my students during the lesson, all right? So ito po yung subject ko for my grade 11. It's Algebra 2. So I just put November 2, 2024. So ito po yung weekly info, posting, exploring, doing, evaluating. I just post there in one slide. And of course, we have the learning standards, HSN, high school number, CN, complex numbers. So ito po yung standard na ginagamit or ginamit ko for this lesson. So first slide po natin sa ating klase during this PD model, dapat nakalagay na po yung routine. First, we have here at the right side, posing, exploring, doing, evaluating. Para po, guided na po ang mga students. Just like what I've done a while ago, I posted 4 activities for this morning or for this evening. So that you are also guided na, 4 parts lang pala itong PD model na i-discuss ngayon ng speaker. So you are already guided. So next slide po, I will show to you and all the some of the slides i-skip ko na lang for some of the examples. All right? So that ito lang po i-show ko kung paano po yung PD model. At ito po ang pangalawang slide para po ma-attain natin yung classroom management. Dapat dito mayroon tayong tinatawag na class expectations. Especially if you are going to teach here in the US, very important, very struggling talaga dito if you do not know, if you are not going to have expectations. Dapat mayroon tayong expectations ng ating mga students. It's a class expectations, okay? So we have first here, be respectful, be positive, be ready to learn, on time and present. Sa kabila naman, have pen or pencil, have paper for your math journal or notebook that is used for note-taking, a whiteboard and a marker. I prepared for this because I have a games, I have, activities for them. Then be an active participant the whole learning time and complete all tasks. Every day ko po talaga itong binabasa or ipinapaliwanag na aking mga students. Kaya naman po, with all my 6 periods in a day, I am teaching for 6 periods with one subject, Algebra 2. Kahit any time, any period po, hindi naman po, not to boast, not to brag, every period po, confident po ako na every period, respectful po ang aking mga students. All right? That is my class expectations. That's why I have an advance siguro in classroom management during the observation of my principal. So please take a screenshot if you want, but if I'm going to share it to you, maybe later, all right? For this particular slide. Sino pong gusto kaya manghingi ng slides? Comment na lang. All right, for these slides. So napaka-effective po ito. All right? For this class expectations. Now, for again, as what I have said, mayroon tayong tinawag na recognize and reinforce in our fundamental 5. So before po tayo mag-posing activity, first I will show again, dapat yung objective, alam na ng mga bata what are the things or the lessons that you are going to impart. Second, what are your expectations? All right, your expectations, ito yung makita mo sa mga students. Third, i-congratulate mo po yung reinforce and recognize yung mga perfect level 5 and level 4. All right, na mga nakakuha sa NAT or DAT or any mga competitions, dapat i-recognize po yun. Math competition, parang to boost also the confidence, and it's part of the fundamental 5. For example, here I have the name of my two sons. CFA level 5. By the way, CFA means Common Formative Assessment. This is given every quarter assessment for the students kung saan po yung level ng understanding nila sa lesson. So all of the math students, all of the students will take this math CFA assessment. So example po, yung CFA level 5, si Kasing Philip Arius, at yung CFA level 4, kasi dapat nakapost yung mga pangalan to recognize that they are the level 5, level 4. Alright? Kasi po, pag na-post na sila, participative po sila sa iyong lesson for that day. Yan po yung na-observe ko in my class. By the way, ito po si Kasing Philip, 6 years old. Muna ako. 6 years old po siya dito. It's kinder. And then, kanila lang po, naka-receive siya ng best in mathematics dito sa US. So, I am proud also. Mayroon siyang certificate na ibinigay kanina. All right. So, let's now move to the posing. After the reinforcing, para naman po ma-recognize, after that, let's now move to posing activity. This is now the time that you are going to pose the question. Yung sinabi ko kanina na you have to pose a question, only one question lang po. One question na related to standardized test or question na incoming test. Alright, or review. For example, malapit ang second quarter. So dapat meron ka ng review dito sa posing activity. Alright? At ang ginawa ko, meron po akong nakalagay na think, pair, share. Nakita nyo ba yung picture? Diyan po, magkatabi yan sa smartboard TV. Meron po akong chart, learning mode, think, pair, share. Tapos ginawa ko lang yung arrow dyan para i-clip ko lang think, pair, share. Alright? Para pag think, yung arrow, alam ng mga bata na think na time. They are going to have, I will use 2 minutes like timer in the smartboard para mag-think sila kung ano yung sagot. For example here, this one, copy and answer SAT question review. Kasi yung SAT, big deal po dito, ito yung Scholastic Achievement Test or ito yung basihan for the grade 11 or grade 12 students para maka-college dito sa US. So, dapat mayroon silang mga review para mataas yung kanilang mga scores. For example, here the question is, which ordered pair XY is a solution to the given system of equations? So A, 3, 100, B, 3, 3, C, 3, 10, D, 370. All right. Sige daw. I will give you 1 minute to answer. Practice. Para mayroon naman po tayo mga another, sino kayong maka-answer dito? Is it A, B, C, or D? Which ordered pair XY is a solution to the given system of equations? Sige, meron akong timer. Alright, make a guess kung ano yung answer. Alright. Sige po, 1 minute lang. Participation lang po sa atin. It's okay po if during this activity, by the way, it's okay that the students are not correct. Ini-emphasize ko dito, during the posting activity, just try to choose which of the ordered pairs, which ordered pair, or which of the choices that you're going to take, A, B, C, or D, or you choose. It's okay if you are not correct. Dapat sa posting activity, ito po yung magta-try lang po sila ng answer. Alright? So sa inyo po ngayon, mag-try lang po kayo ano yung answer. Alright, sign into view. What's this? Alright, the correct answer is letter A. Congratulations. Grabe naman itong mga participants natin, no? Mga brilliant mathematicians. Thank you so much again for your participation. So again, during the posing, i-encourage po natin yung lahat po ng mga students na mag-take note 1 minute, i-copy nila, or 3 minutes. Dito po, kasi mas, depende po sa time na ano, na question, the length of the question. For example, this one is about 3 minutes, ika-copy kasi nila using the notes. Dapat they have to copy in their notebook. So, i-copy nila ang question, then magsagot sila ng A, B, C, D, i-encircle ba nila, it's up to them, or to have a clear instruction, dapat i-circle ba nila, ikaw na po ang bahala mag-instruct, or you have the direction. So sa inyo po is perfect lahat. So of course, so congratulations. So mayroon kasing bata na yung B ang sinagot, C or D. So for them to participate, dapat po i-encourage. So hindi po natin sila, mauna kay kuan, we are not going to have some remarks na wala yung boss nila. Pag wrong naman, you have to appreciate pa din. At least you've tried. Almost, right? For example, yung C, o 310, o kulang na lang ng 0 para mo 100. Dapat, you have kasi, mayroon tayong sense of humor, all right, as a teacher. Hindi pwede naman na serious talaga tayo for our teaching. Kasi yung mga bata, uh, matuto naman sila, and then mag-joke ka, hindi sila matutulog. They are alert, all right? So let's now move to it's only one question. So hindi masyadong, walang maraming tanong for my posing activity. So for the next is exploring activity. All right, for the exploring, it's either think, pair, share again, or mayroon ka lang question sa kanila. Depende na po sa i-explore na tanong. So we have here, uh, for example, what is a complex number? Kasi ito po yung ating objective, is we are going to multiply a complex number. All right, so meron yung first slide sana dapat. What is a complex number? So my definition po, to explore, it is a number that has both a real part and imaginary part. It is written in the form z equals a plus bi, where a is the real part, b is the imaginary part, and I is the imaginary unit, defined by the property I squared equals -1. So ito po yung definition ng complex number. Through this definition, ito na po yung gagawin natin sa multiplication, kasi multiplying of two complex numbers, a plus bi and c plus di. So this one, isushow mo yung paano i-multiply, no? I-multiply yung complex numbers. All right? Now, o di ba? Dalawang slides lang ang exploring activity. Pero i-discuss mo yan, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Of course, magsusolve ka pa dyan para ma-explore talaga kayo kung ano yung a plus bi times c plus di, which is equal to ac plus adi plus bci plus bdi squared. Then you are going to emphasize that since I squared equals -1, the expression simplifies further. All right? So you have to simplify the I squared, which is -1. After that, proceed na tayo sa doing activity. Di ba? Madali lang yung Pede model. Hindi masyadong complicated. So, note-taking. Dito po, actually, para po ako nasa Pinas, I am checking the notebook. Every week po ako nag-check ng notebook ng mga bata. That is part of their in-class work. Kasi po yung posing, exploring, doing, dapat nakasulat sila doon, nakasulat sila sa kanilang notes. So at the end of the week, Friday kasi ngayon, Friday night, alright, kanina, so nag-check ako bawat period, at I recorded also the scores. For example, lahat po ng posing, exploring, doing na mga activities, meron complete, I will give 100. Lagyan ko talaga ng 100, tapos mayroong A plus tatak, tapos meron po akong, yun bang pang post na PD casting tapos date, yung ano, stamp pad, ano yun. Tapos yung mga bata naman na hindi nila na uh, yun bang hindi sila na use into writing last year, na motivate na sila ngayon na magsulat, kasi I will give them 100. Kahit nga yung mga tinatawag natin yung mga bugoy-bugoy, mga bugoy, nga di yun makan, but because of the motivation that I'm going to check every Friday, so they have the note taking. So for doing activity, I will now have of course, to multiply the right answer in standard form of the complex number. So hindi ko na po i-elaborate lahat ng mga, it's only the examples. So for example here, multiply, ang gagawin po dito sa ating example sa doing activity, we will give them time 2 minutes to solve on their own, or first example, tayo po yung magsusolve, i-show natin sa board. And then after that, sa PowerPoint, ipakita ko sa kanila from the book. For example, I just crop from the book kung ano yung answer talaga. Pero sa board ko muna i-solve para ma-compare namin yung sagot. Alright? Sa number 2, pwede na yung bata, the students, they will solve on their own. Or you can be think, pair, share, then dapat talaga may timer po kayo. Kasi pag walang timer, every question, parang matagal po matapos. Alright? So, mayroong 2 minutes, parang ganon. Para alert naman po yung mga bata. Alright? So, ito po yung answer. Okay, number 3. Ito po yung answer. At saka, mayroon na po akong game sa doing activity. If you are used into game-based, alright, dito po yung review based on the examples. So, I will give them whiteboard and marker. Marami pong yung bang parang 1-8 whiteboard and marker, whiteboard and then marker po bawat isang bata or by isang marker, isang whiteboard to students, depende na po sa inyo. Para naman po magkaroon tayo ng game, alright? For example, number 1, ang gagawin nila, they are going to write the answer based on the given example. So, ito po yung sagot. Alright? Hindi ko na po i-elaborate yung mga solutions. Alright, this is an example. And now, we have the last is called evaluating activity. So, di ba, sa doing activity, I'll repeat, yun ang examples. Tapos, mayroon tayong game-based at saka project-based kung ano po yung activity na related sa lesson para po doing, alright? Doing, from the word doing activity, gagawa talaga sila. Evaluating, dito po i-assess natin yung mga bata. So, usually, mayroon tayong papel or mayroon tayong if a flash na question. For example, multiply, write the answer in standard form. All right? So, related also to our lesson. And for the Friday, I give them quiz. All right? Every Friday po yung quiz. Parang weekly quiz ko talaga every Friday. I use the Google form, quizzes, any app in mathematics. All right? Ginagawa ko po every Friday. Yun ba mga technology? Kasi bawat every student here in the US, meron po silang tinatawag na Chromebook, parang laptop na maliit, Chromebook, right? So every student, so they open their Chromebook and then they are going to answer for the questions. So it could be multiple choice or whatever questions that you're going to prepare. So ginawa ko po yan every Friday and then I'll check the notebook while they are answering para ma-check ko lahat yung mga notebook. So nag-check ako, sila naman nag-answer ng quiz. Alright? Using quizzes or marami pong apps na gagamitin if you are having some knowledge about applications or IT or any technology, you can integrate also here during our evaluating activity. And now, for the closure, ito na po yung pang-last na applications. So all you have to do is, ano po ba talaga yung application ng complex numbers? So dapat ipakita po ang value kung saan ba magamit o ma-apply ang complex numbers. So dito po yung quantum physics, dito po labas yung, parang mag-crop lang po ako ng mga pictures na related po sa ating real world. Alright? Para po may essence yung ating topic. Kasi po, if you are not having a closure of your evaluation of your topic, para bang ano bang use dyan? Bakit ba tayo mag-solve ng X and Y? Hindi naman natin yan magamit sa di ba mayroon tayong marinig na sana bisa mo palitag sa diha, no? So it's very important that we have the closure, the application of the topic. I hope you get it. So for that's a very brief lang po talaga, 1 hour. Matapos niyo po talaga yung PD model na lesson ninyo. And you know what? It's very nice for the feedback that I received for the first quarter kasi po ay nagawa po ako ng survey for my students, all of my students from first, second, third, fourth, third prep ko po yung third period. So, first, second, fourth, fifth, sixth, seven. 6 periods po yung mga result po ng ito po i-share ko muna yung paano po magawa ng lesson plan. So, mamaya is-show ko naman yung what is the level or what is the level of their understanding for using the PD model. All right? So for this time, share ko muna yung lesson plan on how to create a lesson plan. So hindi po kayo yun bang you are not, it's easy lang po. Hindi po kayo mahirapan. Hindi po tayo magkalisod-lisod. Right? So because we have our application, integration application, we have also in artificial intelligence. Again, it's called ChatGPT. Yung ChatGPT po is normal na po dito sa US. Our principal introduced the ChatGPT during our meeting that we are going to use in lesson planning. So, during the lesson planning, pwede na po yung ChatGPT. Alright? So, I am just going to share to you. So, how to use the ChatGPT in using the lesson plan para po hindi po tayo Yun bang mag-overtime, mag-create, ano ba yan? Parang additional na naman na mga gagawin. But to make our life easier, we will use the chat GPT. Like here, itatype ko lang po, for example, write lesson plan in Cartesian plane or the topic about Cartesian plane using posing, exploring, doing, evaluating, Pede model. Tapos po, lalabas na po lahat. Alright? Or you specify what grade level. For example, grade 8, specific topic, yan na po. Di ba? Madali lang. Mayroon ng subject, mayroon ng Cartesian plane, 1 hour, mayroon ng objectives po, mayroon pong materials kung ano yung i-prepare, at mayroon na pong outline. Mayroon na pong posing, 10 minutes, objective, what are the questions, sample questions that you are going to ask during your lesson. So ito na po, posing activity. Mayroon na pong exploring. All right, exploring. So mayroon na po yung guide students in understanding the basic structure of Cartesian plane, teacher's role, define the, by the way, I will just go back here, the posing activity. So the outline, kasi po mamaya magawa po tayo ng lesson plan using ChatGPT lang po, okay? So ito po yung posing 10 minutes, mayroon na pong objective, introduce the Cartesian plane and activate prior knowledge. Ito po yung role mo as teacher, present a real life scenario that uses the Cartesian plane such as navigation of, wait, navigation or mapping a location. Sorry for that. All right. Pose a question. How do we describe the exact location of a point on a plane? Then you have here the engagement activity. Begin with a standardized review question. Automatic na po sa ChatGPT, meron na pong standardized question na lalabas. What are the horizontal and vertical lines in a coordinate system called? Encourage students to hypothesize how these lines help identify locations in a plane. Of course, we have the horizontal, x-axis, vertical, the y-axis. All right? So, guided na po tayo. We have exploring activity. All you have to do, what is x-axis, what is y-axis, origin quadrants, use a large Cartesian plane, drawn on the whiteboard or projected on a screen. All right? Demonstrate plotting of your sample points such as 2, 3, -4 square root 5, and etc. All the points po. Meron na pong nakalagay na mga samples. And then, meron po tayong tinawag na teacher activity, student activity. O di ba? Meron na tayong student activity in our lesson plan. Pair students to discuss, using our think pairs here, pair students to discuss and list different uses of coordinate systems in daily life. Provide each pair with graph paper and ask them to label the axis, origin, and quadrant, all right, on their own Cartesian plane. So yun po ang sample ng exploring activity. And next for that is pupunta na tayo sa doing activity. All right, for 20 minutes. May nakalagay na pong time. Very nice po. All right, mayroon na po tayong guide, 20 minutes. This objective is enable students to practice plotting points and interpreting coordinates. So your role as a teacher, you give students coordinates to plot such as 3, -2, -5, 4, 0, 0. Then you are going to encourage students to plot the points on their graph paper individually. So that's your rule. And then the students' activity, students plot the points and identify the quadrant or axis each point is located in. After plotting, ask them to create their own points and exchange them with a partner to plot. Alright? Parang mag-exchange sila. Diba? Very engaging po yung activity. Conduct a brief class discussion about any challenges they face while plotting points and clarify common errors. So dapat po i-clarify din natin sa mga bata ano yung feeling nila while having, ano yung mga challenges, alright, na face nila during the plotting of points. Alright, and ano yung mga common errors for the clarification. And the last part is the evaluating activity po is 15 minutes. Alright, you are going to assess students' understanding of plotting points and using coordinates effectively. So ito na po yung mag-distribute ka ng worksheet with a series of coordinates of students to plot, include a few application-based questions such as interpreting plotting points, and then, wait, on a map to reinforce practical use. And then the student activity, complete the worksheet individually, all right? Self-check or pair, share to compare results and ensure accuracy in plotting. Reflect on today's lesson with a short class discussion. Pose reflective questions. Kasi po yung sa 5 fundamental, dapat mayroon silang writing. Why is this really important? How do they locate points accurately? So they have to reason out. Kahit lang po 1 question or 2 questions. All right? So that's it for our evaluating activity. Di ba? Madali lang po ang Pede model. So for this time, ito po yung mga students' feedback about the Pede model. That's what I have said a while ago. Ano yung mga feedback ng aking mga grade 11 students here? All right. According to the grade 11 students in Algebra 2, the Pede model is thoughtfully structured approach that breaks lessons down into manageable parts, making math easier to understand and follow. This model's step-by-step structure is straightforward, clear, and engaging, which not only simplifies complex concepts but also allows students to take their time with each segment. The posing activity sets the tone by helping students focus from the beginning, while the think, pair, share element encourages collaboration and deeper understanding. All right? Moving through exploring and doing activities feels both smooth and engaging as each part rather builds on the last, maintaining a consistent pattern. The evaluating activity rounds out the learning by reinforcing knowledge and ensuring students know where they stand, creating a learning environment that is less rushed and more supportive. Kasi po hindi po sila mape-pressure ng yun bang maraming gagawin natin for 1 hour. Students appreciate how organized and direct the PD model is, making it not only easier to grasp the material, but also more enjoyable and effective for independent learning. So ito po yung mga sagot nila. All right. My question is, what do you like most about the PD model? So, yun po yung summary po lahat ng kailang mga answers. That it is broken down into parts. I like how it breaks down the lesson, explain it. It makes it easier to understand. It helps me understand math a little bit. I like most about Pilimuli because it's simple to follow. So, marami po dito. I will not read anymore all the comments from my students. All right. How to solve it easier. Yun na po. It helps a lot. It's simple. So, yung PD model po, it's not complicated teaching strategy. And they said that I like the think, pair, share in the posting activity. Kasi po yung tahimik na bata, this time po is mag-share po talaga siya. Mayroon siyang partner to talk with the idea. So napakaganda po yung sharing po nila. Yung bang they are going to talk with your examples, they are going to talk with your topic. So you really appreciate during this think, pair, share. So I hope ma-apply po ninyo ito for my video model. So ito po yung scale na tinatanong ko sila for my survey. On a scale from 1 to 10, how likely are you to recommend the Pede model strategy to other students? 1 being not likely at all, 10 being highly likely. So out of 87, kasi po 90 plus lang po lahat. Kasi po yung students ko dito, mayroon pong 10 plus, mayroong 16, mayroong 20 per period. Alright, mayroong 26, mayroong namang 15, parang ganon. So all in all po yung nakuha kong survey, 87, yung mean naman po is 8.45 with a standard deviation of 1.4. So marami pong nag 10 points, mayroon namang 9 at 8. So parang na-feel ko talaga na they like math. So every day po, para bang they are motivated to have the PD model. Alam na nila yung proseso and step by step po yung approach. Alright? Pag posing, alam na nila na susunod ay exploring, doing, evaluating. Kasi po yung tip ko na ibigay ko sa inyo is dapat yung everyday po, mayroon tayong tinatawag na routine. Alright? Mayroon tayong routine. Ano ba talaga yung gagawin nila during your class? So ito po yung sa akin, yung PD model is na-routine na po everyday at alam na po nila ang kanilang gagawin. Alright? So for this time, I don't know if I'm allowed for this. We still have, I think 10, we still have an hour. So choose a topic in math, create a lesson plan anchored with posing, exploring, doing, evaluating, or the PD model. Okay lang po ba, Doc? Mag-ano sila, parang mag-sample, gagawa sila
Yes,
ng
sir.
lesson plan?
Yes, sir,
Yes.
Pede. Yes, sir.
Sige. So you choose a topic in mathematics. For example, nagtuturo ka ngayon ng grade 8 or grade 9, grade 10 or 11. Choose a topic and then create a lesson plan anchored with posing, exploring, doing, evaluating, Pede model. You can use chat GPT. Yun na po. Then i-copy-paste nyo sa Word as your output. Alright? Sa Word, tapos write your name, your school, sample lang po. Alright? Para naman po you have your guide. For example, you are going to introduce the PD model in your class at you can also feel what I feel. Para bang ganito lang pala yung PD model. Alright? Wala nang marami pang gagawin sa mga bata. So, how many minutes po na 20 minutes lang po siguro, 20 minutes kasi po or 20. Alright, 20 minutes. Mag-timer po ako ng 20 minutes. Then, mag-call lang po tayo ng isa or dalawa na mag-present for the lesson plan. Okay lang po ba sa inyo? Please type okay sa chat box kung okay lang po. Okay? Create a lesson plan anchored with posing, exploring, doing, evaluating, PD model. So, i- i-type nyo lang po sa chat GPT. For example, create a lesson plan in, yun na po, Cartesian plane, anchored with posing, exploring, doing, evaluating. Alam nyo po, lalabas na po yung standardized review question sa posing activity. Mayroon na po kayong exploring, doing, evaluating. So, hindi na po kayo mahirapan. Alright? So, 20 minutes to do the lesson plan. 20 minutes. Again, go to ChatGPT, type the topic, then write, create a lesson plan, anchored with posing, exploring, doing, evaluating PD model about what topic. And then, i-copy-paste nyo po sa Word as your output na isubmit po kay Dr. Leslie. Okay? At i-collect ko din. I will collect all your outputs. Ipakita ko dito sa US. Ito yung mga output sa mga mathematics teachers for my PD model. Okay lang po? Thank you so much. 20 minutes, mag-timer po ako. So, alright. Wala pa po. Ano pa kayo? This is our activity. Wait for a while. All right, 15 minutes more. So again, create a lesson plan, tapos i-ano nyo po sa Word. Then after that, mag-call po tayo ng person to volunteer para po i-present po yung mga output. Thank you so much. Hindi po kayo mag-insert ng game sa drawing activity or ano po yung mga insert yun po ng mga images. By the way, during your lesson pala. But for the lesson plan, it's only the command form or it depends on your topic. School songs. Ang timer po natin ay may bowls fish. Ito na yan sa toilets. All right, so we still have 8 minutes. There is a link being posted by Dr. Leslie to submit the output. And then, baka dyan po tayo mag-base sa sino yung pinaka-the best lesson plan ang pinimodel. We have 2 minutes more and 8 seconds. All right, time is up. So for this time, I will now stop sharing. Mag-call lang po tayo ng volunteer at bibigyan po natin siguro ng time limit yung mag-share po sa kanilang nagawang lesson plan. Sino po yung nakagawa na ng lesson plan for math using the PD model?
Hello,
Type
sir.
me in the chat box. Me,
Well,
if you are if tapos na po. Type me and then sino kayong best presenter ng ating lesson plan kagabi. Alright, so hindi naman po, it's a matter of sharing lang po. Alright? So para po makita naman, we are here for learning, to learn po kung what is the PEDI model format of the lesson plan. So volunteer lang po ng at least two two persons or three persons lang po ang mag-volunteer to present sa ating ginawang lesson plan. Baka mayroon pong certificate ang mag-present. So mag-present po kayo. Doc Leslie?
yes, sir. Yeah, we can issue certificates, sir, for certificate of
Yes.
demonstration. Sige, sir. For those who would like to
Sige,
present.
sige.
So I believe
Yes, yung mag-present.
Miss Pasaon would like to present her output, and the other one would like to present. Aside from Miss Pasaon, we have four submissions ata. Four naman ta ni ganina gitaguan sa joke. Miss Becca, Maria Geraldine Becca would like to present her output. Miss Becca, is Miss Becca around?
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am.
Yes, please share your screen, Miss. Akong i-allow, Miss um, Pasaol. You can share your screen. And then you present your output, Miss Fasaon. Okay. Sige, please go ahead, Miss Fasaon. Yeah, thank you, Sir
Good
Pede.
morning. Klaro ra.
Yes, Miss. Nakamute ka, Miss Fasaon.
Okay, so I choose the topics titled Measure of Central Tendency. So as per instruct, we will create a lesson plan using the PD model niya by ChatGPT. So mao ni siya ang ninggawas sa ako ang pag-search. So the grade level intended for grade 11. Subject is general mathematics. Topic measure of central tendency, the mean, median, and mode. So as I go through to this model, mura ra siya og summarize sa lesson plan nga ato ang naandan which is katong 4 A's and 6 A's. So to start, it has also kanaang objectives nga align sa Bloom's taxonomy, no, which atong used to nga gamiton. So the first define, then the third is calculate the mean, median, and mode of a set of data, analyze the best measure of central tendency for different types of data sets. So to proceed, so this is the lesson outline. So the first in the PD model, which is the posing. So gi-include sa gid ni ChatGPT kung pila ra ka minutes ang student mo answer ni ini. So like this. So introduction. So mo present data og usa ka relatable scenario that imagine you're planning to open a cafe and you want to find out the most popular beverage size among customers. So how would you summarize the preference of different customer effectively? So very real life ang scenario nga iyahang gi-present. So ningon sa siya diri question to students. So how do we determine the typical value in a set of numbers? What different ways might we have? So sa introduction, mura sa siyag naa sa ato ang lesson plan nga naandan which is called the introductory. Yan, ningon sa siya question to students. So na ang iyahang questions, iyahang gi-relate sa iyahang first or sa iyang introductory. So na-include sa tong lesson plan nga gitawag og analysis. So karon ningon sa siya sa purpose, explain the importance of summarizing and introduce the measure of central tendency, mean and median and mode. Ah, napa mo? Madungog pa ko? Basig nagsige na ko gyayo niya, wala day.
Tungog ra.
Hi? Okay ra? Okay. So thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
So karon, we go through the abstraction in the part of our lesson plan. So bali, instead nga gilahi-lahi na to og level ang ato ang lesson plan in Pede model na include na siya tanan sa posing nga stage. So proceed to the exploring. So as ChatGPT, you have 15 minutes to answer the exploring stage. So there na include si hands-on activity, guiding questions, and observations. So in our lesson plan, diri na pud ma-include or sa module lang nga part, diri na ma-include si what's more, no? Ano pa ba ang dapat na matutunan sa mga estudyante? And aside from that, no, what can the student do more or kanang mura siya something nga nakatuna nila sa ilahang explanation about ato nga topic, unsa to siya nga topic. So ni-ask na sad siya which is as analysis. Ask each group to arrange the data, find the average to determine the middle. So meaning dinhi mura na siya nahatagaan og ang bata nga kanaang na assistant or gi-facilitate pa ni teacher ang student sa bata. Kay pananglitan og maglibog si bata, so naa si teacher nga maka-assist pa niya. Okay? So proceed to doing the activity. So the student here in this part, murag diri na nabilong sa tuang lesson plan ang gitawag og application. So ningon siya diri individual practice. So ibig sabihin, so in this part, you let the student alone to answer, no? To answer the kana ang imong gi-prepare nga activity. So from the last part sa Pede model, evaluating. So 15 minutes activity. So you have the class discussion, review key points. Which measure of central tendency would you use to differ different types of data and why? So formative assessment, present a brief quiz and ask student to analyze a data set and determine the most appropriate measure of central tendency. And you also have at reflection. So diri nga points as a teacher, so sa evaluation, diri na nasod ang imuhang assessment, reflection, and what can student do more? O shall we say, assignment o para dili sad bugat siya paminawon kay murag negative man jud kayo sa mindset sa bata ang word nga assignment, let's just say na lang additional activities. Para laysyo-laysyo kintahay ba. So at this point sa evaluating, ang nakanindot ni PD model sa ato ang original nga gigamit nga lesson plan, mura siya gi-summarize. Kay karon sa matatag nga curriculum, dili naman sila lesson plan ang ilang gi-term. Paano man siya lesson exemplar. So as I say, ako ang nakita sa lesson exemplar, mura siya og complicated kay naa dito gibutang kung unsay isulti ni bata, unsay isulti ni teacher and what should be the expected nga isulti sa mga bata. So dapat daw ingon atoon daw siya pag present, pero this thing naka-focus siya very in kanaang very student centered kaayo si PD model. So this is my observation about the PD model ni sir. So how I could wish nga kanang pwede ni nako siya ma-apply sad sa ako ang kanaang
Yeah,
ako ang
sure.
lesson, no? Pero I'm not teaching, wala ko naka-teach na ako sa senior high school nga category sa kuan diri sa Philippines. However, sir, wala ko nag-teach og mathematics. So pwede ba ni siya ma-integrate sa other kanang dili math?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Pwede po. You can integrate English, science, just chat in the chat GPT, automatic po magawa po siya ng PD model. All po, tinatry ko lahat ng mga subjects. Guided po kayo at saka nakita ko talaga, I am like experiencing from August, September, October. Tapos okay po talaga sa akin yung PD model. And again, it can be applied to other disciplines or subjects. Thank you, ma'am, for
Thank you,
your
sir.
for the sharing of your lesson plan. So, ito po talaga, posing, explore. Kasi po yung 4A's na minimension ni ma'am, minimension kanina, hindi po talaga, as what I have, para bang na-experience ko, hindi specific. Example, activity, abstraction, parang application. Ano bang meron? Ano bang meron sa activity? Di ba? Parang, ano ba? Pero sa akin naman po, yung posing, para talagang mayroong question na ipopose. Parang ganon. Of course, explore. Specific po talaga. Unlike po sa 4A's, sa pagkakaiba, 4A's po is para yung, parang broad siya, broad yung mga activities na ibigay. So thank you so much po for your observation and for your presentation. How about Doc Leslie? Meron pa po mag-present or wala na?
Okay, there are outputs here. We have, we'd like to ask Ma'am Jaika. Ma'am Jaika, would you like to share your output, ma'am? I think Ma'am Jaika Fuentes, are you from Sabang Elementary School, ma'am?
Good morning, Doc. Yes, Doc.
You'd like to share your output, ma'am?
Okay, wait sa Doc ha.
Hey, thank you so much, Ma'am Jaika. Again, we will issue a certificate of teaching demonstration for our presenters of their outputs. Thank you, Ma'am Jaika.
Sorry, Doc, but I'm having a hard time because I'm just using my phone and magsigid saglag.
Is it alright, ma'am? Kami na lang mo share and then para
Ah,
ikaw lang ma-explain.
sige. Ako lang kuan, Doc. Thank you so much.
Sige, ma'am. Okay, I'll try to share your the slide or the output. Okay.
Okay, good morning everyone. So, akong na-search sa ChatGPT, akong gitry og kuan ang grade 7 students with the topic integers and rational numbers using a Pede model. So, yes, ang ChatGPT is very detailed, no, with objectives na nagigive with materials nga needed for that specific subject. And we also have there in lesson outline the posting that have time nga 10 minutes. So, pwede na i-scroll sa ma'am. I'm sorry. So, there in posting, na siya mga guided questions so that ang students will be guided on the goal that they need to achieve during that subject. So, next to that, we also have the exploring with 15 minutes. So the students are encouraged, or the teacher will encourage the students to have a group activity. So natay divide sila for groupings, and then we'll ask them to categorize numbers into integers and rational numbers, discussing their reasoning within their groups. So naa sila time to think and to share with their peers as well, or group mates, and have the students use a large number line to place the integers. They categorize discussing their placemates and introduce rational numbers by having them identify where fractions would fall into the number line. So, nag-explore sila during that time, exploring with their group mates on what to do, discuss on what to do about that topic, and right after, they will have the doing now with 20 minutes. So diri i-demonstrate nila unsaon pag addition and subtraction using the integers using a real life experience. So that means ilang ma-apply in real life situations. Then they will provide practice problems for students to the teacher will provide practice problem for students to solve independently or in pairs baron much better kung group kay they have the time to share with their thoughts within their group. And then in the evaluating with which have 15 minutes, so assessment time na ni, so the teacher will distribute the worksheet that includes problems on integers and rational numbers, incorporating operations and conversions. So here in class discussion, review the worksheet answers as a class, encouraging students to explain their thought, processes, and methods so that the teacher can assess if the students really understand the topic all about. So, na diri time na i-assess ang mga students sa ilang learnings. So they will provide feedback on common errors and clarify misconceptions. So the teacher also will give feedback after that para ma-expound pa ang learning sa bata. So we have the assessment, monitor student engagement during group activities and discussion. So as a teacher, dapat i-monitor gihapon no ang the way ang ilang group activity so that the students will be guided as well. So evaluate the worksheets for accuracy and understanding. Kasi bisag kuan siya naabi gid dihapoy mga lapses, so the teachers are there to guide the students kung if ever naigilistan or what. Then review homework for comprehension of the topic. So it's very important para mag-guided ang bata on what to do with that specific topic. They also have the ChatGPT na gyapon sa extension. So in the individualized mga tasks to do kay naa man gyud tay differentiated nga mga students na mga advanced na apoy need pa jud og guidance. So the chat GPT nagkuan siya og sa tawag na ni-advise siya on what mga tasks to do for those advanced students and for those nga need pa og kanang guidance. So, and that's it po. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much, Ma'am Jaika, for your very comprehensive example of lesson plan using PD model. So that's the very nice for the chat GPT. Meron po siyang ibigay na mga strategies. By the way, yung PD model again is only a routine on what to do, but you can integrate all the strategies in teaching. Like yung kanina, mayroong differentiated instruction, ma-integrate po lahat ng mga strategies doon po, kahit ilagay nyo sa posing, sa exploring, doing, evaluating. So thank you so much po, ma'am. Meron pa po ba, Doc?
Try to check, sir, if you have more submissions. We have here um Miss Urot, Kathleen, would you like to share, ma'am? Miss Kathleen,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to share your output, Miss Kathleen.
Oh my God.
Sige, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sige. Makashare ka, Miss Kathleen.
Yes, ma'am. Wait po.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ma'am Jaika.
Yes po. So as for my output, before everything else, good morning, everyone. Okay, so as for my output for the Pede model, for the posing, exploring, doing, and then evaluating model by Sir, this is my output given by ChatGPT. Nga very useful kaayo as we are using that also sa pag-create sad as a guide sa pag-create sa mo ang lesson plan in my institution. So I've chosen the topic simplifying rational algebraic expression in mathematics 8 as I am currently handling mathematics 8 right now. So for the learning objective, natingala ko kayo sa gihatag ni ChatGPT. So students will simplify rational algebraic expressions by factoring numerators and denominators and reducing them to their simplest forms. So moving on, we have here the materials needed and then followed by the lesson outline with these four components. First is the posing, which is for this for the chat GPT gihatagan na niya og allocated nga time para gamiton sa pag-discuss, which is for the posting part, we have here for the 10 minutes. And then for the objective, engage students by posing a thought-provoking question and introducing key concepts. So in the question that ChatGPT nga suggest to ask to the students is, first, you need to write a complex rational expression on the board as an example, and then ask the students what could be the steps that they could take to simplify the expression. So in this part, tagaan ni mo chance ang bata or kaning freedom ang bata to analyze and then to give their own ways on how to simplify based from the previous knowledge nga ilahang nakuha from their previous levels. And then next is to discuss the prior knowledge if nakuha naman gani sa bata. So you need to encourage them to recall concepts like factoring, the difference of squares, and finding common factors, and so on. And then after discussing the prior knowledge, this is the part that you need to, what do you say this, as a bridge. So you need to define or introduce the concept of your topic to the students. So after giving the example and then letting the students analyze and then give their own ways, So this is the time that you will introduce your topic to them. Okay. And then the next part for the Pede model is exploring, which is given 15 minutes again. And then there is corresponding objectives in that part also. So here, you are into kung sa gigamit pasad namo nga lesson plan karon is naa nata start sa abstraction. So nanata sa discussion part. So after giving the or introducing the concept, explaining the concepts or the key terms, you are also to give examples para mas makasabot ang bata kay sa ato ang type of students manggod karon more on examples gyud ang imuhang ihatag para mas makasabot ang bata. So we have here the example walk from factoring the numerators to simplifying, and then proceed na dayon ta to class discussion, which is guiding students to discuss the steps, emphasizing the importance of factoring and looking for common factors. And then after the whole discussion, you will be giving to the students unsa man kahay mga restrictions or unsay mga dili dapat buhaton in factoring and then simplifying rational algebraic expressions. As in this lesson, manggod, lisod siya sabton or tricky siya sa part sa mga bata kay kaning ilan na laging kaning pagsabot sa mathematics nga lisod or makalibog. So, need gid nimo sila i-discuss og tarong or pasabton og maayo ang bata. So, after the important part, proceed na dayon ta to doing, which is given to 20 minutes. So kung sa lesson plan pa nga gigamit here is we are in the application part. So independent practice, of course you are to give the student worksheets. So ilahang mga answeranan, and then individual para makas nimo kung kasabot or much better manggod na para interactive or engaged class, you may use kato group activity on this one para na discussion or brainstorming within the group ang students. So, of course, if maghatag worksheet, you as the teacher, you are the facilitator. So, imo gina siyang suluyon to kanang makita nimo to check if nagbuhat ba gyud ang bata or naa ba gyud sila improvement sa ilahang discussion. Okay? And then for the evaluating part, 15 minutes again. So here is you need to, this is the part that you can check if sakto na ba ang mga na-create or nakasabot ba gyud ang bata sa discussion nimo o sakto ba gyud ang imuhang nahatag nga activity also. And then proceed na dayon ta for the assessment. So that would be all. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the very nice presentation regarding rational. So there is a restriction being given by ChatGPT. Yun po ang napaka-nice kasi po using ChatGPT and for the PD model, mayroon pong add-ons na ibibigay kung ano yung mga dapat gawin at hindi dapat gawin. Ano yung mga restriction for rational, dapat yung denominator not equal to 0. So yun po ang napakaganda po. At speaking of application for the 4A's again, yeah, it's application for the formulas or whatever, for example, yung concepts. Pero pag sinabi ko po kasing sa PD is doing, yun po, yung comment ng principal, all students are on task. Yun po ang comment ng, kanina nagpunta naman siya, all students are on task. Kasi po, from doing, gagawa talaga yung mga bata. Unlike sa application, may ibang bata na hindi gagawa. Yun bang, siguro mag-ano sila, parang hindi sila makafocus. So, for me, yung doing na word na activity is para to them to do. So, yun pong specific task nila. Thank you po. Meron pa po, Doc.
Check, sir. Thank you so much, Miss Kathleen. So we have here, okay, the last submission, we have Miss Mecca. Miss Mecca Geraldine. Geraldine,
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
can you share your screen, miss, or ako lang mo share?
I-try, ma'am, ha. Kaya naka-open naman ko sa laptop, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much to our presenters. Again, we will issue a certificate of teaching demonstration to all our demonstrators of their output for this morning. So we will provide you with a certificate. We'll just send it to via email. For the rest of the participants, we will also need your outputs for this lesson plan. So kani but amo ang tagaan og certificate for teaching demonstration are only those who were able to present their outputs. Thank you so much.
At nakita, ma'am, akong screen, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, everyone, good morning. And I'm Geraldine B. I mag-present about sa lesson plan in ChatGPT. So now here, based from my observation, when using ChatGPT, makaingon jud ko nga dali siya and nakanindot sa ChatGPT di ay kay mohatag siya time allotment every category. And then, aside sa student-centered maginyat ang lesson plan, no. So also, ang ChatGPT said kay murag buhatag siya teacher's guide para sa teacher, just like mga questions nga angay i-pose sa teacher sa student, which is very simple kanang sure gid ang ChatGPT o kita nga makasabot gid ang mga bata. So here, just like the first one, ang atong objectives is very clear, the learning objectives, and then given na atong material, so after ta makahimo sa lesson plan ni ChatGPT, pwede na dayon ta mo prepare sa atong lesson after kay bawang taon sa atong mga gamiton. So which is really good kay usahay bisan teachers ta maglisod biya gitag hunahuna unsay mga activities nga angay natong i-post sa student. So mo ni nakanindot para nako ni ChatGPT. And also for the Pede model, it's really simpler gid siya kaysa sa uban because it's kanang gibuhat ani niya kay mas shorter ang mga activities and also specific gid siya sa needs sa bata. Now, aside from that, in posing activity, if you can see here, every category, the posing, exploring, evaluating, and the doing, na siya objective nga gi-target, which is I think helpful nato para maghunahuna ta kung unsa ato ang mga strategies gamiton para kuha ni nga objective. Mo na siya ko ang murag nakita nga nindot sa ChatGPT and also the Pede model. So sa same sound resulting nga each activity which is like this ako magiding topic is all about solving real life word problems using trigonometric ratios. So it means in this part ang mga bata na may idea atong mga cosine, sine, and also the angle of elevations and depression. So at this part, the activity supposing ChatGPT can also detect what are our previous lessons sa iyang activity nga ihatag nato kay di sad magbalik-balik. So na nakaibaw na siya nga kita, nakahuman na sa angle of elevation sa iyang activity, ang angle of elevation mo relate man sa tong topic sa kaniyang activity, which is very good kay di ta magsigbalik-balik og discuss sa kato nga nahuman na di ay beauty sa GPT nako. Then sa exploring the same, naghatag na sad siya mga this time mo naging atong murag lesson proper kay ato naging i-tackle si sine, cosine, tangent nga ma-apply sa mga real world activities here. And again, for teachers na naging siya mga questions which is very helpful to us para ma-detect if ang bata the way siya mo tubag kay nakasabot pa siya sa to discussions or wala. So, exploratory questions is already given, which is good for us teachers. So for doing part, the same na the objective, and then nanagitay given daan, which is easier for us para matudlo na dayon sa mga bata diri. And aside from that, once we will give our problem, nanadatay murag kita mismo i-assist tuon sa ato ang ngayang mga buhaton. For example, in the ChatGPT, ningon siya sa support, circulate the room to assist students with setting up the equations, choosing ratios, and solving for unknowns. So, of course, kay karon 21st century facilitator naman kita sa learning, bubuhat sa after we discuss a little bit about sa, let's say, the trigonometric ratios, mo facilitate sa ta if sila nagsubay ba diha, which is given na even though kay bawat teachers atong buhaton ang ChatGPT kay ning-guide gid nato sa mga sunod atong buhaton samtang mag-discuss. So the same sa evaluating, again nagapong siya questions na pwede gid nato ma-pose sa mga students to assess their understandings ato ang lessons. And sa assessment, of course, natay formative and summative, and yes, pwede nato siya isundon or pwede sa tamubuhat og lain if naati ato ang idea. So, mahura to siya, ma'am og sir, about ako ang naobserbahan sa ChatGPT. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. At least you appreciate the chat GPT. That makes our life easier, all right? So, yung AI po, yun na chat GPT, yun po talaga. And especially for, again, for the PD model, yun po sa chat GPT because, again, it was already published at na-detect na po ng chat GPT yung flow ng PD model. Kaya po, mayroon na po siyang mga add-ons. Yung na-publish ko po na PD research. Kaya po, may guide na po tayo. So, hindi na po mahirapan si teacher. No, kasi based on my again my students, easier talaga step by step yung approach at mayroon ka pang guide objective per activity. Thank you, ma'am. Next po, Doc, or
Sila lang po ang nakapass for now, sir. So,
okay.
thank you, sir.
So ano po ang next po, Doc, sa presentation or the output? So again, thank you so much. I appreciate all your participations for the PD model. Parang mayroon pong
Any questions for Sir Pede
yes.
Casing? You're now open for accepting questions for Sir Pede.
I-type na lang po siguro sa comment ano yung mga feedback ninyo sa PD model that you've learned this morning. Sige po, para mabasa natin at if you have some questions or whatever thoughts that you have, kasi may nasave pa kayo sa phone kanina yung activity. Ano yung mga gagawin ninyo or whatever the thing. So, for this time, again, make a feedback or write a feedback in the comment section. What you've learned, something like what you can share or what's your observation or observations for the PD model. And I hope this PD model can help each one of you, each one of us. As what I have said, it's very effective in my class. So, pati nga yung mga co-teachers ko dito na dumating, they will adapt the PD models. Yung isa, yeah, I gave them the process and also the procedure on how to apply. So while nag-comment po kayo sa comment box, mag-ano po ako dito ng quote ko. So the best asset of a teacher is the ability to understand learners. All right? So kapag alam po natin yung mga bata, what are their needs, especially for our lessons, we have to simplify. Kapag difficult po, we have to simplify, especially for elementary and high school level. All right? So yun po yung nakita ko ngayon, although they are in the, they are in America, US students, but we are still the same. They are still the same with our Filipino learners. So I also simplified my approach here and they really appreciate. Like one of the students told to the other teacher that she really liked my PD model. Like I feel, yung bang ina-appreciate kasi yung PD model then majority of them tell to the other teachers here in the US. I mean, my school that I am teaching right now. So parang na-appreciate nila talaga ang yun bang simplified approach. Of course, in teaching, for with God nothing shall be impossible. It is from Luke chapter 1, verse 37. All right, that's my favorite verse. Again, while writing sa chat box or comment box, I will uh, read to you my um, quotes or some messages. As teachers, the driving forces that empower us to truly impact on our students' lives are this one: passion, effort, desire, and execution. Ano ba yung passion, effort, desire, and execution? Yun din po ang PD. Yun yung pinaghawakan ko na PD model naman sa ating pagtuturo. Again, passionate, passion, effort, desire, and execution. Dapat po proper ang execution sa pagtuturo. Kasi po marami pong mga teachers, pag hindi na proper yung execution, although mayroong passion, mayroong effort, desire, parang kulang pa rin pag hindi properly executed. So, yun po yung passion. So, we see passion fuels our love for teaching and inspires our students, creating an engaging and motivating classroom atmosphere. So, ito po yung nagbibigay ng gasolina, fuels our love for teaching. So, be passionate po tayo sa ating pagtuturo as teachers. Whether you are elementary teacher, high school, senior high school, teachers naman po tayo lahat, college or whatever level that you are teaching. Effort means reminds us that every success, big or small, requires consistent work and dedication to help each student reach their potential. Dapat tayo mag-effort talaga. As what in the PD model, nag-effort kayo sa lesson plan, lesson exemplar, matatag curriculum. So dapat talaga kasali na po yung effort natin. So passion, effort, pangatlo na po. Desire. What do you mean by desire in teaching? Desire is our commitment to continuous improvement, our drive to grow professionally, and our will to inspire curiosity and resilience in our students. Katulad po dito sa webinar, may desire po kayo, committed po kayo na mag-improve, alright, our profession. So mag-attend po tayo ng mga webinars, seminars, other method of teaching, we have to also engage, alright? And then execution is where our passion, effort, and desire come to life through effective strategies, planning, and adaptability to meet diverse students' needs. Alright, ito po yung the total ang execution. Alright, the total of passion plus effort plus desire equals execution. Ito yung ang that come life through effective strategies kung mayroon tayong proper execution. Together, these elements form the foundation of impactful teaching, creating a space where learning flourishes and students feel supported, challenged, and empowered to succeed. So yun po yung mas-share ko na parang pang ano po sa inyo, pang fuel po sa ating pagtuturo. Alright, meron na pong mga nag-comment. Alright. Good day po. We appreciate from early Manulat. We appreciate the PD model that you shared to us this morning, but in case po sa students who cannot cope up with the lesson daily, what strategy do you implement? Or do you have any revision in your school? Please share po. Thank you. All right. So, yes po, meron talagang learners na because we have different, intelligences, different multiple. Ako po ay isang one of the after-school interventionist, after-school program as a tutor. So every Tuesday and Wednesday po ang schedule ko after 4:15 to 5:15. 1 hour po, mayroon po akong after-school tutoring program. So lahat po ng grades like math students, dito kasi may tinatawag na middle school at saka high school. Yung middle school is 6, 7, 8. Yung high school naman dito is 9, 10, 11, 12. So sa yung mga 9, 10, 11, 12 kasi high school po ako dito sa US. So they come if meron po sila mga tanong or they need help, pupunta po sila sa akin every Tuesday and Wednesday, 1 hour. 4:15 to 5:15. It was approved by the principal here in our school. I was approved to be a tutor. So out of, I think, 10 math teachers, we only have 2. Dalawa lang po kami na tutorial for the math, yung bang intervention na remediation, yeah, for the school. Thank you, Early Manulat. I don't have a question, Doc, from admin. But I would like to share my appreciation to the model. It makes the lesson procedure. It kind of summarizes the lesson plan practice we have in the Philippines, shortened but still comprehensive. And it doesn't violate the flow discussing the lesson to the class. Yes, thank you so much po. Yes, kasi yun nga yung na-observe ko, what if magawa talaga ng model na specific? Although marami naman talagang mga, yun bang format na. But yung bang posing, alam na ng mga bata na magpo-post ng question, Tapos mag-explore na sila, then doing. From the word doing talaga, ma-observe mo talaga, you apply it, lahat talaga ng bata mag-do. Kasi dito, mayroong mga bata kasi na, alam mo na, may hindi gagawa. But because of my word, doing activity, lahat po talaga. Lahat po talaga ng mga students. Every observation po talaga, nag-do talaga sila sa task. Yun po, thank you. Meron pa po ba mga comment or questions? You can still type para mabasa po natin ang inyong mga chat. Or if you can say something, thank you. Pwede rin po.
Any more questions, everyone? You're very much welcome since we have this opportunity with our very honored speaker, no? If you have your questions, please just raise your virtual hand so we can accommodate you.
Kaya na mo kaulaw. All right. You can share something for your learning or
All right, so I guess there's none. Wala na. Counting once, twice, thrice. Okay. None, sir. All right. So indeed, our distinguished speaker gave us so much learning, and you also had your interactive participation earlier with his activity. So for sure, we will remember the passion, effort, desire, and execution that our distinguished speaker shared. And at this juncture, we will be giving our certificate of recognition to our honored guest speaker for this morning. And let me read to you the citation first. Republic of the Philippines, Cebu Technological University-Davao campus, accredited CPD provider for professional teachers. Certificate of recognition is, this certificate is proudly presented to Dr. Pede Casing for his invaluable insights, experiences, and expertise shared as the resource speaker of the topic, the Pede model, for the online training program entitled Madali Maging Matalino Teachers TPAC Training Program Accreditation Number Prog 2024 58615 CPD units given the second day of November 2024 at Cebu Technological University Davao campus, Sabang Danao City, signed by our campus director, the Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Rosemary L. Almacen. There you go. Let's give our guest speaker our
thank you
virtual
so
round
much.
of applause.
Thank you so much, Doc, Leslie,
Yay.
and
Thank you so much to our
the rest
very
of the
honored
team.
guests. And
At
of
sa lahat po ng
course,
participants, thank you.
yes, thank you so much also for your time and effort, sir. And I guess it's very late in the evening there na sa imuha, but you still have your time with us. Daghan kaayong salamat. And now, before we finally take our lunch, everybody, we have prepared something for you, teachers. We have a surprise raffle for you today. Wow, lucky are those who filled out the attendance already. So pretty sure all of you did. And now we will be choosing lucky winners, lucky teachers today. So we will be having our raffle draw. Wait for a minute. Okay. This is pretty familiar to all of us, teachers. We will be having our wheel of names. So we will be choosing how many winners, Dr. Valle? Five winners. Okay. 100 pesos load. Wow, 100 peso load. Now we'll start. Our first lucky winner for our 100 peso load is wow, very lucky indeed. Sir Edsel Castro. Wow. First winner for today. Now, let's have our second lucky winner. Wow, we have Ma'am Rachel Menchave Monte. Congratulations. And the third one, it's you, Ma'am Kyla Rose Batulan Pasaol. Okay. Second to the last one. Wow, Ma'am Mary Lou Batulan. And the last one. Wow, Ma'am Maria Kathleen Orot. There you go. Congratulations to the winners. And now this is the moment that you've all been waiting for. We will be taking a break for lunch and we will go into our next session later on. So we will be back at 1:30 and reminding everybody to please be on our virtual platform 5 minutes before our time. Thank you so much and enjoy your lunch, everyone. Daghang salamat.
We will leave the Zoom meeting open lang, teacher. So we'd like to stay. So it will be open until 1:30 p.m. Please do not forget to answer our attendance sheet and also as well submit your outputs for the Pede model. The lesson plan. We will need to submit all our outputs as requirement by our PRC units. Thank you. Enjoy your lunch, everyone.